Some of the best weapons in Destiny 2 come from raids, and those require a full team of 6 people. However, there are ways to get up to 33 raid chests every week completely solo, and I'm going to show you every location so you can farm for raid weapons, craftable raid weapons, and spoils of conquest. I'm Marshix, and if you find this video helpful, all I ask for is a like down below. Quick disclaimer before we start. These chests can be opened once per character per week, and they will only drop gear that you've already unlocked. So in order to actually get anything, you need to have already done at least one encounter and received loot from that raid. But once you do that, you can start farming for additional rolls of those weapons and the chance of red border weapons. The only raid that's an exception to this is Last Wish. This has 2 raid chests that you can get solo, and you don't even have to do the raid to get these weapons. Also, the weapons from these chests do have a chance to be red borders, meaning if you get lucky and do this enough times, you can craft these weapons without even doing the raid once. Load it up from the Dreaming City, then follow the path I take to get to the Wish Wall. Once you're here, shoot the symbols to input this code. This will teleport you to the Morgath encounter where you can backtrack to a secret chest. The only problem is that the bridge is broken, so you need to find a way to get across. There are dozens of ways to achieve this, but here's what I think is the easiest for each class. Warlocks, just put on the Dawnblade Super and Icarus Dash. Rally the flag, then jump off the bridge. Pop your super, then just spam Icarus Dash until you get to the end. Titans will want Lion Rampant and a Strand Super. Just run off the edge, pop your super, and punch your way across. But be sure to activate your jump every once in a while in between your punches so you can keep your height. Hunters will want a Strand subclass with Widow's Silk to get 2 grapple grenades, and also an Eager Edge sword. Rally the flag, then go back and forth swinging your sword, grappling, swinging your sword, grapple, and then once you run out of grapples, pop your super to get a 3rd grapple, and that should be enough distance to get you across. Now that you're across, just follow the path outside to get to the chest. Now, there is a way to get to the other chest from here, but it gives me problems all the time. So the simpler way is just go to orbit, reset your checkpoint, then run back up to the Wish Wall and input this code. This will teleport you to the Shirochi encounter, which is right next to another chest. Just turn around and follow the path I take. Drop down, and the chest will be on a small ledge in the side of the rock. Deepstone Crypt is home to many great weapons, including Posterity, Heritage, Succession, Commemoration, Trustee, and Bequest, all of which can be crafted once you get 5 red borders. And lucky for you, this raid has 2 chests that can be obtained solo. Yes, 2 chests. But first, you can get even more loot with today's sponsor, Factor. Factor offers chef quality meals that are ready in only 2 minutes. You pick which meals you want online, then in just a few days, that food will magically appear at your doorstep. No need to even leave your house. Now you just grab a meal, poke a few holes in it, stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and it's ready to eat. No meal prep, no cooking, no cleaning. It really is that quick and simple. Factor is healthier and cheaper than takeout, and they offer a large variety to choose from. With their weekly menu of over 35 meal options, including Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein, or Vegan and Veggie, and over 60 add-ons like breakfast, on-the-go lunches, snacks, and beverages to help keep you going during those long gaming sessions. Meal plans range from 4 to 18 meals per week, and you can easily adjust that at any time to fit your specific needs. And now is the perfect time to try Factor, because you can get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month worth of orders, just by using my link. Just click the link in the description or scan this QR code with your phone. Try it out, I love it, and I know you will too. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring this video. Start the raid on Europa, then clear out the enemies outside. Once they're dead, this door will open and lead you to a blizzard. There are 2 ways to get through the blizzard, Sparrow or Skimmer. I'll show you the legit way first, then I'll show a much faster strat that's kinda dumb. When you're outside these bubbles, you'll get stacks of frostbite. 10 stacks will kill you, and the bubbles remove stacks. So just go from bubble to bubble until you reach the end. And if you go fast enough, you won't have to kill anything. Once you're here, look at the door, then turn around and hug the left wall. There's a path that will take you up to the secret chest. And for the skimmer route, it's kinda hilarious. At the first bubble, you need to line up your skimmer in this general direction, then jump off the side. Grind your way forward, and you can see the bubble right in front of you. Then just keep going straight to get to the next bubble. Now here, we're gonna go off to the other side and do the same thing. Just grind your way across the abyss and it'll take you directly to the second to last bubble. Then just go the rest of the way like normal. Now, years ago, there was a way to get to the second chest, but that got patched. However, I recently found out about a new method to reach that chest. It is a little complicated, but it's not too bad once you do it a couple times. Follow the path forward until you reach this area. We have to go out of bounds here, but first, you need to go inside and enter the first encounter. This will set your checkpoint at the first encounter, so you don't have to do the blizzard each time if you mess anything up. Turn around and go back outside. You will need a sparrow for this. Skimmers will not work. Summon your sparrow outside, then take it inside into this corner. This wall is really thin, so we're just going to jump through it. But in order to do that, we need to line up our sparrow right here, then hold left, jump off the sparrow, and while you're in the animation for jumping off, strafe to the left. This will push your character left, and because the wall is so thin, it'll just push you out of bounds. This is what it looks like in action. It's not actually difficult, but it may take a few tries. Now, once you're inside the wall, you want to climb on top of the building and head over to this elevated spot. This is the only spot out of bounds where you can summon your sparrow, and you're going to need it to get back inside the map. Let your sparrow fall into this hole, then boost out and strafe to the right. What you're trying to do is land on this small piece of ground. Go around the corner and full send it around this floating door. It doesn't look like you can make that far of a jump, but there's actually an invisible wall that'll push you towards it, so it's not actually that bad. Go underneath this section and then hug the left side. Now you need to take your sparrow up this pipe. Sometimes it's difficult to work with, sometimes you can just ride it up perfectly fine. Once you get to the top, you're going to need to get back onto the pipe and launch yourself on top of the building right in front of you. I find it the easiest to wiggle yourself on, back up so that you're partially on the ground, partially on the pipe, then line it up and full send. This always takes me multiple tries, but as long as you don't fall off the right side, you won't lose your sparrow. Also, if you do lose your sparrow at this point, you do have to go back to orbit and redo it from the checkpoint. Right here, it doesn't look like you can climb this, but you actually can. Don't think about it too hard. Now you just want to ride your sparrow all the way up to the left corner. Once you're at the top, we need to do the same thing we did before to get through the wall. Hold left, hop off, then strafe left. This will push you through the wall back inside the map, and all that's left to do is walk to the chest. Up next is Garden of Salvation. This has 2 chests that you can get solo. They can not drop weapons, but they do drop cool looking armor that has a chance of being high stats, so I figured I'd show it anyway. Also, this raid will likely get updated loot in the future, just like Last Wish and Deepstone Crypt, so knowing where these chests are could come in handy later. Load up the raid from the moon, clear out the enemies that come out of the portal, then enter the portal. Then keep going forward until you reach the first encounter. Before you go any farther, you need a rocket launcher, so I use Gallowhorn. Rally the flag, and then take the path I take behind the boss. Once you get here, you need to climb up the wall to get to the other side. Drop down, and as you're falling, you need to aim for this small corner with a shadow. Landing here will put you in the next load zone, but if you actually touch the ground, it'll put your ghost outside. So what you need to do is hit the load zone and kill yourself at the same time. I messed it up in this clip, but that's fine, just jump back around the corner and you can try again. And this is what happens when you do it correctly. You will hit the load zone, immediately rocket, and since your feet don't actually touch the ground, you will revive inside the next area. Then just drop down and follow the path to the left. Once you see this elevator, jump on it and there will be a small hole with the chest inside. Now just keep moving forward towards the second encounter. Now that you're here, take the middle hallway all the way to the end. In order to go any further, we need to climb up this massive wall. And there are multiple ways to do this. You can launch yourself with a mountaintop, or climb ice crystals from Salvation's grip, but the easiest way is to look directly up with your rocket, shoot it, and then immediately grapple to it. This will send you all the way to the top in the matter of seconds. If you're having trouble grappling to your rocket, try using a rocket with low velocity, or even Winter Bite since you can actually grapple its ice ball. Once you're at the top, this entire area is a turnback zone. But luckily, we can just keep jumping over it so it doesn't kill us. Then, when you get to this ledge, do one last big jump, then fall all the way to the bottom. Now just follow the path like normal to get to the chest. King's Fall is the only raid where you can't get any of the chests solo. All of them are locked behind encounters, and I'm not aware of any useful out-of-bounds spots. But starting now, all of the upcoming raids will also drop spoils of conquest. So even if you have all the weapons you want from those raids, you can still get some value out of them every week. Vault of Glass. Load it up from the Legends tab, then hop on your Sparrow and head over to the right. Just like before, we're going to need to use our Sparrow to push our character into a wall, allowing us to go out of bounds. In case you skipped that section of the video, you do that by holding left, hop off your Sparrow, then while you're in the animation for jumping off, strafe to the left. So cram your Sparrow into this rock, then hold left, jump off, and strafe. It will definitely take a few tries, but once you get it to work, it will push you out of bounds. Quickly jump forward to land on the rock in front of you, then follow the path I take. Once you're here, stand in the light, then run straight forward. This will trigger the next load zone, and you need to keep moving forward so that you fall off the map. Doing so will put your ghost back in bounds, allowing you to run forward and collect the chest. Also, this raid is in a similar situation as Garden of Salvation. It has never had its loot table updated, so while it can drop really good weapons, those weapons cannot be crafted. This will likely change in the future, and if it does, I will leave an update underneath the video. Crota's End technically doesn't have any solo raid chests, but it kinda does. For this, you'll need one person to pick up a chalice, and another person to press one single button. So if you have a second account, even if it's just a brand new free-to-play account, you can load in and grab the chest. First, have your main account grab the chalice, wait for this bar to fill up, have your second account grab the chalice from you, dunk the enlightenment into the plate with your main account, watch your alter ego die, then just stand on the plate for about a minute while the bridge builds. Once the bridge is completely built, drop down the hole into the abyss. Now you just need to hug the left wall to get to the chest. You won't be able to sprint in this area, but you can use swords and grappling hooks to get around quickly. Keep following the left wall and you'll eventually find a lit up door. The chest will be right inside. Valve the Disciple has one chest that you can get solo, and it's probably the easiest of the bunch. Start by killing Savathun, then run up to the actual opening encounter. Here, you need to kill the 3 abominations that spawn, and ignore all the other mechanics. Also, dying has no consequences, so feel free to take as long as you need. Once those are dead, move forward, and on your left, you'll see a crystal. Shoot it, then jump up to the right. Drop down onto the road, then go all the way to the end where you'll need to shoot a second crystal. Turn around and head into the building on your left, then keep moving forward. Drop down, and the third crystal is inside a hole in the wall. With those 3 crystals destroyed, a new door is opened up, allowing us to grab the secret chest. Root of Nightmares has one chest that you can get solo, but it's more like solo. You will need a boss checkpoint, but you can easily get that from d2checkpoint.com. This website has bots that will pass checkpoints to anyone who needs them. One of the checkpoints they offer is Nezarec, which is exactly what we want. So in the game, just type in text chat /join and then the name of the bot. This will load you into the raid, then you just have to start the encounter, wipe to keep that checkpoint, go to orbit, and then load back in by yourself. Now just turn around and follow the path I take. Also, some of the upcoming jumps will be a little bit difficult without a grappling hook, mountaintop, or eager edge sword. Those aren't absolute requirements, but it will help you a lot. Once you get to this section where it's just a dark room, keep to the left and stand in the corner. There's a hole in the wall that will take you out of bounds. Now here's where the path splits. Whenever you enter this doorway, you'll need to walk backwards and then immediately sprint forward once you hit the load zone. If you don't, you may get locked inside the wrong area and have to restart. You may also encounter this, where you die as soon as you enter the doorway. That's fine, it just means you're going to spawn on the other side of the room and you'll have to take a different path to get to the chest. I'm going to show both ways, but first I'm going to show the not dying way. As you can see, the chest is in that building on our right, but the door is locked. So we need to come over to this ledge and shoot a rock to open it. Then just turn around and grab the chest. Now, if that door killed you, it means your PC is too powerful. So since we're not supposed to be here, none of the jump pads work, which means you have to go through this entire jumping section with the help of either a mountaintop, grapple grenade, or an eager edge sword. Jump around this corner, shoot the rock to open the door up top, then climb the wall with a sword or a grappling hook, and the chest is inside the room on your left. Now, for Salvation's Edge, you might be thinking you can just grab a checkpoint for the final boss too. The chest is right below it after all. Well, that's not the case. This chest doesn't even spawn unless you get there the legit way. So this chest isn't possible to get solo. But there is another chest. One problem though, you will need a second encounter checkpoint, and the only time the checkpoint bots hold that encounter is whenever it's the weekly challenge. So technically this is soloable, but only 1 week a month. Any other time, you'll need to get a checkpoint from another player, or by running the first encounter with a team. But once you are in the checkpoint, you'll need a mountaintop, ergo sum, an eager edge sword, and a grappling hook. This is definitely the most complicated chest on this list, but these weapons are insane, so it's worth the trade-off. Rally the flag, then turn around and climb up this statue to get on top of the buildings. From here, you need to jump onto the giant green statue and climb it to the top. This red elevator is the way you're supposed to go, but it's blocked off since we didn't actually get here legit. So we need to go out of bounds to reach the top. So mountaintop jump onto one of these statues, then mountaintop jump again, and grapple onto this ledge. Then go inside this hole, run against the wall, then jump up. This is where things get a little bit complicated. This cylindrical structure is the elevator from a minute ago, and if you stand in certain spots around it, it'll push you upwards as if you were in the elevator. So what you need to do is go on the left side of it, pull out your ergo sum, then jump onto this part to go flying into the ceiling. Then you need to swing your sword to get out, and jump onto the piece sticking out on the right. Then you need to keep doing this multiple times until you get to a spot with a hole in the ceiling. This is much harder to do on a Warlock and Titan since you can't gain vertical height with your jump, so you kinda have to just make it work, just like this. I have done this multiple times, so I can tell you for a fact it does work, but it doesn't look pretty. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna show my Hunter's POV. Once you find that hole in the ceiling, just look up and grapple out of there. This is kinda like a checkpoint. We're gonna keep going up, but if you fall, you'll end up right back here. Now just walk back into the elevator wall, and you'll get caught on this ledge. What you need to do here is waste all of your ergo sum ammo, all of it, and while you have no ammo, this will swing you the perfect distance to get you around the ledge, but keep you in the elevator. So just swing backwards, it will continue to pull you into the sky, do it again, and then again, until you eventually reach the top. And you'll know you're at the top when you see this area with a bunch of bars. It pops in and out of existence, so you might need to look around for a minute. Next, you need to look towards that platform, pull out your eager edge sword, and swing out of the elevator so you land on that section with the bars. We're almost done, we just need to do a few more jumps. Eager edge towards the bright light, then use your grapple to land on any section on the right side. Then just continue hugging the right wall until you get to the next corner. You will probably need to mountaintop jump a few times to get enough height, and just to be safe, I would wait until you have your grapple grenade back, just in case you do miss a jump. Right down there is where we need to go. At a certain point, it becomes a turnback zone, so just get in there quickly before you die. Also, entering into the room may kill you, but that's fine. You're already in the next load zone, so just respawn and turn around and you can head towards the chest. If you've completed this part of the raid, you may recognize this area, but it's a little bit different than normal. Since you aren't supposed to be here yet, some areas are blocked off. So you need to take the path I take to get to the secret chest. I didn't receive loot here because I already picked it up on my hunter earlier in the week, but I did do it with my warlock and titan, and both of them got drops. And the weapons here can be red borders, so you could get really lucky. Now that you have these awesome weapons, you need to make a good build for them. So you'll want to click on this video to see how I got quadruple 100 stats and how you can too. Thanks for watching, I'm Marshix, and I'll see you next time.